These days, the advertising market is perfect, and many companies need to advertise their products. And at this moment, you can earn with the presenting products of these companies. Today, we are going to talk about studio lighting. Studio lighting is usually used for product presentations. Now, that product wants to be cosmetics, it wants to be furniture or even vehicles. But here we are going to present a kitchen counter in the studio space. Hello, welcome to MIMViz. Well, we enter the scene and review. Here, the studio consists of a plane for the floor and two boxes to cover the space behind the counter. Turn on the counter layer and the objects to add them to the scene. Let's go to framing and take a look at it. So we open a floating viewport to see the frame. We select the camera. We can see that the focal length of 80 is used because in this way, the product will not be deformed and not in perspective. Therefore, it is better to use telephoto lenses in studio rendering. In the frame, you can see that the important objects are placed in 1/3 of the image to have the best display. We will produce complete tutorials on framing and its essential elements. Well, let's not waste time and go to lighting. I used an interior HDRI to light this scene because it has a lot of light and color information, and we don't need to create many lights anymore. I want to introduce you to a website called Polyhaven. This website is free and includes 3 parts: HDRI, texture, and object. If we go to the HDRI section, we can see that more than 600 HDRI have been added so far and can be used in projects for free. In this scene, I used Christmas Photo Studio. Well, open the material editor and create a Corona bitmap. We go to the HDRI path and select it. I always add a color correct so that I can control the HDRI color and light. Before testing the render, let's go to the render setup. In the scene section, we activate the override material option and assign a simple material to it. In this way, you can see the output faster. I also set the denoising section to Corona high quality so that we can have high quality denoise. In Corona, a limit must be set to stop the rendering. Otherwise, the rendering will continue indefinitely. Here we use the noise level limit and enter the number 5 to have the minimum noise. In the View to Render section, select Floating Viewport 1 and lock it so that this viewport is always rendered. Now, we have to assign the HDRI map to the environment in Render Setup. For this, in the Scene Environment section, activate Single Map and assign the relevant map to it by clicking and dragging. As you can see, we easily reached the desired result at the beginning of the work. Let's work on HDRI first to get a better result. In the Environment Mapping section, by changing the rotation number, We can rotate HDRI and get the best result by testing the numbers. The number 20 is suitable. In color correction, we create a little contrast by reducing the gamma number. We reduce the temperature until it turns blue. To create a contrast in the color of the lights, we cool this light a little and then make the other lights warm. I think so far, so good. Let's do some color and light correction in the frame buffer. In the tone mapping section, we add an LUT and select the desired option by testing. We see that it created more brightness for us. We reduce the percentage. By adding filmic mapping, we can have separate control over the brightness of light and shadow. With the help of a curve, we can increase our contrast a bit. By clicking on the line, we can create control points, and by clicking and dragging, we can achieve the desired result. The upper part controls the brightness of bright parts, and the lower part controls the brightness of dark parts. Well, I think we need another LUT. This LUT is a good option. It made the color of the image more balanced. It's time to create the rest of the lights. As we can see, we have a linear lamp above the counter, for which a linear light should be used. In the top view, in the Create tab and the Light section and the Corona sub-branch, we create a rectangle Corona light. In the front view, we put the light in the right place, that is, under the hanging lamp. Let's start the rendering test. To see the effect of light in the rendering, we turn off the HDRI light and black the color of the ambient light. In the Modify tab, we increase the intensity. As we can see, the light has its effect on the objects. With the help of Intensity, you can control the light intensity. In the Color part, we can specify the temperature of the light. Here we use a warm light. In the Shape section, you can specify the dimensions of the light. In the Directionality part, you can specify the degree of opening and closing of the light. In the front view, we can see how the opens and closes. Well, here we use the number 35. In the next part, we specify the state of visible light in the camera, reflect, refract. We will have more explanations in the next meetings. Here the light itself does not need to be seen, so we turn it off. It can be seen in reflect and refract. We do not need caustic. If the last option is on, it prevents other lights from passing through it, so we turn it off. Well, I will turn the HDRI so that we can see the output. I think we need to reduce the HDRI light intensity so that the linear light shows itself more. In this step, we add the materials. Materials that are dark to have contrast on the white background. The HDRI light is emitted from the right side of the image, but its amount is not enough. For example, the vase on the counter has not received enough light. Here we use a technique. We create another light rectangle. And we place it exactly like HDRI on the right. In the settings, we change the exclude option to include and add the flower to it. In this way, the light only affects this object. Now we can reduce its intensity. In this light, we no longer need to see the light reflect and refract. I want to add another light that will make both the counter and the back wall a little brighter. I will take a copy of this light and enlarge it. And in include, we clear the previous objects. We go back to exclude and say that it does not affect the floor. Because the amount of light is enough for it in the scene. It is better to turn off the other lights to see the result better. We correct the location and reduce its directionality. Now we turn on HDRI light and other lights. We saw that we could easily do the lighting. In the lister, we turn on the lights that we turned off. With the help of Light Mix, we can have the final and more control over the lights. Here you can modify the intensity and color of the light. Thank you very much for being with us so far. I hope that the training was useful to you and that you will earn money with its help. Do not forget to subscribe. God bless until the next tutorial.